All right. Peace and grace to all you brothers and sisters watching this video. All praises to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, Jacob. I mean, that's who I am. And to the 1/3 and 144, I tell you brothers to continue to endure. We don't got that much time, man. We don't got that much time. Seems like everything's going fast, especially with this election coming up. Then you got this shit out there in of Iran and Israel and just all this shit happening in the world, man. But the theme for this message is gonna be, this is a narrow path, and it's a straight path. And I was thinking about this earlier because I was just looking at everything I've been exposed to and going through, and things that have been happening with me. And I was like, well, I can use my path to like show what you're going to be going through, because most of the time you're going to be alone. If you look at the prophets, all the prophets were alone, man. But you're going to have a relationship with the Most High. And in today's case, we have the new covenant, because we are in the new covenant. And the new covenant is not something that is for everyone. Because the Lord, when he prayed, he said he prayed to keep them from the evil. So he prayed for the elect. He prayed for that number. This is only for the elect, man. Everybody else ain't going to get it, because everybody didn't get it back then. That's why I got a lot of people that don't get it in today's time. The anathema Maranatha. And I see one of these Pharisees talking about that. Well, the thing about you guys is, you know about a lot of things coming upon this earth, but you're denying the new covenant. You're anathema Maranatha doing that because you're not going to have any protection for the things coming upon the earth. The new covenant is that protection. At least you can say you have a relationship with the Lord, and he's been guiding you this whole time. So I wanted to read 2 Ezra chapter 7. I'm just going to start from verse 1. I'm just going to read now. And I'm also going to say this. The line has already been drawn. So as for me, I'm listening to what the prophets are saying. And if you have something to tell me, I want you to say my name or tag me in a video. If you're not going to say my name or mention me in a video, then I'm going to think it's not addressed towards me. That's the way I am. I'm not really paying attention to a lot of stuff nowadays, except what I need to be paying attention to. And nobody's really saying anything that I need to address or I need to do a video on. As far as Transformer goes, I can use it. The only reason why I use these movies is because they're talking about us at the end of the day. Hollywood knows about the elect. They know all about the spiritual powers and all that stuff. That's why they put it in these movies. I could do a video on Transformers if I want to. That doesn't make me reprobated. That doesn't make me any of this stuff. It just means I'm using my talents to glorify the Most High, using characters from movies. You see? So this is 2 Ezra chapter 7 and verse 1. And when I had met an end of speaking these words, Ezra was a prophet. He was sighing and crying.
The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a danger. The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a...
Ezra was pretty much crying and sighing for all the tribulation that was coming upon him and his people during this time. And the angel Uriel went and spoke to him. 2 Ezra chapter 7. And when I made an end of speaking these words, there was sent unto me the angel which had been sent unto me the night before. And he said unto me, Up, Ezra, and hear the words that I am come to tell thee. And I said, Speak on, my God. Then said he unto me, The sea is set in a wide place that it might be deep and great. But the case, the entrance were narrow and like a river. Who then could go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it? So he's likening the kingdom and the path to the kingdom like this, like what he's likening to it right now. Is he saying it's narrow, saying a dangerous place to fall, and like there was a fire on the right end and on the left for deep water. And one path between them both, even between the fire and the water, is so small that there could but one man go there at once. So this path is very, very fucking narrow. It's only it's a lonely path, man. And one of the things I could say about going through trials and tribulations is it builds that patience in you. It builds having patience and understanding, man, and long suffering. It builds the fruits of the spirit in you, pretty much. It builds what cannot be seen and touched. And that's what's more important, especially in this time, even going into the new covenant. That's what the new covenant is all about. It's all about the inner man. It ain't about the outer man no more. It ain't about the Levitical priest. It's about the Melchizedek priesthood. That's more important. Seeing that today. Learn something new every day. In this city now we're giving unto a man for inheritance. If he should never pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive the inheritance? And I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so is Israel's portion. This is what you're going to be going through as an Israelite, wanting the kingdom, wanting to see righteousness. It's going to be a dangerous place to fall. Many you're going to be seeing a lot of weird shit. Me, for the past few months, I've been seeing a lot of weird shit. Clones, lizard people, gang stalking, all this. You're probably in a gang stalking program right now if you're of the elect, because they're gang stalking you. They're elected scatter, but they know who the elect is. That's why they make all these movies, man. They print all these books. For the entrances of the elder world were wide and sure and brought immortal fruit. If then they that live labor not to enter these straight and vain things, they can never receive those that were laid up for them. Now wherefore why disquietest thyself, seeing thou art but a corruptible man, and why art thou moved, whereas thou art but mortal? This is what Uriah is telling Ezra. Because Ezra's really wanting to know, man. Why has thou not considered in thy mind this thing that is to come rather than that which is present? Then Israel said, O Lord, that bearest rule, that has ordained in thy law, that the righteous shall inherit these things, but that the ungodly shall perish. Nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things, and hope for wide. For they that have done wickedly have suffered the straight things, and yet shall not see the wide. And he said unto me, there is no judge above God, and none that has understanding above the highest. For there be many that perish in this life, because they despise the law of God that is set before them. For God has given straight commandments to such as came, what they should do to live, even as they came, and what they should do to observe to avoid punishment. Nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him, but spake against him and imagined vain things. And deceived themselves by the wicked deeds, and said unto the Most High that he is not, and knew not his ways. But his laws have they despised, and denied his covenants. In his statutes have they not been faithful, and have not performed his works. Damn. Fucking ants right here. And therefore Ezra for the empty of the empty things, and for the full of the full things. Behold, the time shall come that these tokens shall appear. These tokens which I have told you shall come to pass, and the bride shall appear, and she coming forth shall be seen, that now is withdrawn from the earth. And whoever is delivered from the aforesaid evil shall see my wonders. For my son, it says Jesus right here, shall be revealed with those that be with him, and they that remain shall rejoice within 400 years. After these years shall my son Christ die, and all men that have life. And the world shall be turned into the old silence 7 days. like in a former judgment, so that no man remain. And after 7 days, the world that yet awaketh not shall be raised up, and that shall die that is corrupt. And the earth shall restore those that were asleep in her. And so shall the dust those that dwell in silence, and the secret places that delivered those souls that were committed unto him. It says, and the Most High shall appear upon the seat of judgment, and misery shall pass away, and the long suffering shall have an end. But judgment shall remain, truth shall stand, and faith shall remain strong. And the work shall follow, and the reward shall be showed, and the good deeds shall be of force, and wicked deeds shall bear no rule. See, this is what we want right here. This is what's promised to the elect. The promises, man, that comes with the new covenant right here, everlasting life. No more evil, no more wickedness, man. No more death, no more sickness. This is ultimately what I want. But this is the path through going through. We have to go through that straight. As the scripture says, prepare thyself for temptation, meaning when we come to serve the Lord, this is what is expected. This is a part of the battlefield. This is a part of the path. This is what is expected of you when you're going through these things, pretty much. You see? It says, but understanding that the Lord, he's with you and he got you. You see? It says, then said I, Abraham prayed first for the Sodomites, and Moses for the fathers that stayed in the wilderness, and Jesus after here for Israel in the time of Achan, and Samuel and David for the destruction, and Solomon for them that should come to the sanctuary, and Elias for those that receive rain, and for the dead that he might live, and Ezekiel for the people in the time of Sennacherib, and many for many. Even so now, seeing corruption is growing up, and wickedness increase, and the righteous are prayed for the ungodly, wherefore shall it not be so now also? He answered me and said, this present life is not the end where much glory does abide. Therefore have they prayed for the weak. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time, right? World War III, the deliverance of the elect, the destruction of these nations, starting with their kings, the Lord lopping up all heads, the King of Kings and Lord of Lords coming back, the man out of the sea. You know, there's so many videos to do. And I'm getting, every time I do a video, I get inspired to do another video, man, because this is what's keeping me going. I mean, this is my hope and this is my trust right here. And I know it to be true. It's written. It's going to happen. The Lord's not a liar. It says, intemperance is at an end. Infidelity is cut off. Righteousness is grown and truth is sprung up. Then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed, nor to oppress him that has gotten the victory. I answered and said, this is my first and last saying, that it had been better not to have given the earth unto Adam, or else when it was given to him to have restrained him from sinning. For what profit is it for man now in his present time to live in heaviness, and after death to look for punishment? O thou Adam, what hast thou done? For though it was thou that sinned, thou art not fallen alone, but we all that come of thee. For what profit is it unto us if there be promised us an immortal time, whereas we have done the works that bring death, and that there is promised us an everlasting hope, whereas ourselves being most wicked are made vain, and that there are laid up for us dwellings of health and safety, whereas we have lived wickedly, and that the glory of the Most High is kept to defend them which have led a weary life, whereas we have walked in the most wicked ways of all, and that there be showed a paradise whose fruit endures forever, wherein is security and medicine, since we shall not enter into it. First, we have walked in unpleasant places, and that the faces of them which have used abstinence shall shine above the stars, whereas our faces should be blacker than darkness. For while we lived in committing iniquity, we consider not that we should begin to suffer for it after death. Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle, which man that is born upon earth shall fight, that if he be overcome, he should suffer as thou hast said, but if he get the victory, he should receive the things that I say. So this is it right here. This is the condition of the battle, which man that is born upon earth shall fight. So we have to go through these things, man. We have to fight sin. We have to fight everything that Adam did. But second Adam ultimately overcame everything. You see? That's why the new covenant is extremely important, man. See, without the new covenant, there is no life. There is no grace. We can't get to the Most High through the Levites, man. We can't get to the Most High through the first sanctuary. It has to be the second sanctuary. It has to be the second minister that's better. The Melchizedek priesthood. He's the perfect sacrifice. That's the only way we can get to the Most High. That's the only way there's mercy and grace. Without the Lord, without you knowing that and accepting that in your heart, you don't got a chance. Because the scripture's liking you trying to come through another way as if you're trying to go through a window. Or trying to come, let me say it like this. It likens you trying to get there, to get to the kingdom without the Lord as you're trying to come in another way. You can't come in another way. There is no other way. He's the way, the truth, and the life. Knowing about him, knowing about his mindset is the truth. You see? Knowing about him, his heart, the new heart. That if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say. For this is the life whereof Moses spake unto the people while he lived, saying, Choose thee life that thou mayest live. Nevertheless, they believe not him, nor yet the prophets after him, nor me, which is spoken unto them, that there should not be such heaviness in the destruction, as yet as shall be joy over them that are persuaded to salvation. I answered and said, I know, Lord, that the Most High is called merciful, and that he has mercy upon them which should not yet come into the world, and upon those also that turn to his law, and that he is patient and long suffers those that have sinned as his creatures, and that he is bountiful, for he is ready to give where it needeth, and that he is of great mercy. Adam is our father, is my father. For he multiplies more and more mercy to them that are present and are past, and also to them which are come. For if he should not multiply his mercies, the world will not continue with them that inherit therein. For he pardoned it, for if he did not so of his goodness, that they which have committed iniquities might be eased of them. The 10,000th part of man shall not remain living. And being judged, if he should not forgive them that are cured with his word, and put out the multitude of contentions, there should be very few left peradventure in an innumerable multitude. So pretty much with that, I'm going to end it off on that, man. I'll get you brothers to the next one. Hey, with that, shalom.